Welcome to the Bodybuilding Banter podcast, your number one source of all things bodybuilding. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on future episodes. Now, here's your host, Leroy Rollins.
All right, everybody, I'd like to welcome you to the Bodybuilding Banter podcast. I'm here with my man, Jack. Jack's going to introduce himself, tell you guys what he's all about, and then we will go from there. Take it away, buddy.
Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. And obviously, my name's Jack. I am an online coach and a natural bodybuilder from the UK in Brighton. I've been sort of into the old bodybuilding kind of industry. I've kind of gone from, someone who trains a lot and loves bodybuilding to an actual competitor throughout this year. Competed quite a few times, which was good. Really, really enjoyed it. And the goal going forward is to just continue doing what I'm doing. Really, like I really want to make my mark in this industry. Like next year, I'm sure we'll go into it. Like a lot of clients competing. And obviously, I'll be back on stage, in a few years, and there's no doubt about it. I'll be absolutely fucking dominating that shit when I come back.
I love it. All right, man. So let's start with how it all began. What got you into the gym, and then transforming into bodybuilding? Yeah,
so this is quite a funny story. So I think everyone starts to impress girls, right? I think everyone does that. I remember joining the gym when I was 16. Did we cut out?
We're back. Thank God for computer editing. We'll make this work. I can't see you now, though.
I was anyway, I joined the gym when I was 16 with one of my mates, Jack. I had no idea what I was doing. I went there initially. Well, I used to play football at a pretty good level, so I went there initially to get a bit bigger and a bit stronger for football.
When you say football, do you mean soccer?
Yeah, soccer. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
For you guys. Yeah, I used to play that at a pretty decent level. Actually, I played that from when I was 5 up until I was about 18. Started hating it towards the end.
Yep.
But that was my initial sort of driver in the gym. Obviously, like I said, I wanted to look better. I always wanted a six-pack, all that kind of shit that everyone wants at the start. And it kind of stemmed from, I used to go a lot. And then I remember, when I was playing football, I used to be more into my weight training rather than going to play football. And I used to just kind of question, why am I going to play football? And I remember, I was always hurting my lower back from playing football. I hated it.
Right.
And then I would not train legs because of football. And I was like, well, this is just a joke. I was like, I'd rather train legs and not play football here.
Exactly.
So then it just went from there. Then I've pretty much got a job in. Mate, what is going on with the connection here?
We are persistent.
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with the connection here, dude.
That's all right. We'll get through it. So you got a job in a gym?
Yeah, got a job in a gym. Then in 2015, I did a savage low-carb ketogenic diet and got ready for a UK BFF men's physique show.
Okay, so that was 15, you said? 2015?
Yeah, 2000. Yeah, it's probably one of the worst things I ever did. I'll never be doing that again. I hated it so much, actually, the physique posing, and it's just not me at all, man. It's like you got to have this kind of small streamlined waist, everything, and all this kind of. The posing is just, for me, I just don't enjoy the posing. I just think it's a bit, you know what I'm saying.
Sure.
So I did that, which I hated. I competed against, people on these fucking huge guys obviously on gear in the UK BFF and in the UK. At the time, it was quite a big federation.
Right.
It was up until a couple of years ago.
Sure.
And then from there, I just went into an off season in 2016. Did a whole off season. Then when I went to go into a prep in 2017, and I don't know if you were following me back then, mate. It's quite a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I went into it and I pretty much pulled out because I dropped 20 odd pounds and just looked so bad.
Didn't look good.
So bad. Yeah, I just had no muscle, and I was kind of really hurt by that in a way, really fucking pissed. Because on social media you talk a lot about it, and it was just a flop.
Yeah.
So from there I went into an off season for 5 months. This is the standard off season where you push up, you lose your appetite, but you get really fucking strong, obviously.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I had no appetite. I did a mini cart November last year. I got to March and I was like, fuck it, I really like how I'm looking here. And then I just went into a contest prep.
Nice.
And then that was this year. which was a good year. Yeah, it was fun. Really enjoyed it. I missed the stage already, really, mate.
Yeah. So when did you? So run me through 2018 competition season.
Yeah. So I did. So I started. Initially it wasn't a prep anyway. It was like just a diet because my appetite was gone. I was going to continue gaining, but I just liked how I looked, and I just kept on looking better and better the more I came down.
Yep.
And I remember it was like March. I just kept on looking better, and I felt good, and I was progressing my lifts, and it was March, April, May, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's just see what I can do." So I jumped into a show.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Cool, I'm 12 weeks out," and then I had to really drop the hammer and actually went back again.
We'll get through this. I ain't worried. So you got on stage. You're happy?
Yes. I got on stage. I did the July. I think it was July the 23rd. I did the BMBF Southern, which was awesome. I came second in that. I got myself a British invite, which I later on didn't do, but I did. Yeah, so I got myself a British invite.
What class are you in?
How I looked.
What weight class?
I did lightweight. I was a lightweight.
Team lightweight.
Men's lightweight. Yeah, man. I went from I was 23, being in a lightweight class and up against guys with 20, 28, 29. Like, everyone I competed against this year was 5-6 years older than me. It was fucking hard. It was hard for me, man. But then I went from, so it's funny because I did that show, and then a week later I did the BMBF Central, which was literally the week later. That was a Porsche show.
There?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here. Yeah.
All right. Let's see if the audio just sticks it out for us.
Hopefully, man. Yeah.
Okay. So you sound crisper, so hopefully this works.
Yeah, so I mean, like I was saying, I did the BMBF Central, where I went a little bit aggressive on the old carbohydrate, which didn't do me any favors. So I actually came into that show worse than I did the week before. Really?
You just carved up too much?
I kind of what happened was, I kind of went after the BMBF Southern. I got myself back down to my baseline weight.
Right.
And I went into the week. Pretty tight again, but it was a tough one. I had a few people kind of, which in hindsight was really stupid, and I'd never allow it to happen again. I had a few people influence my decisions in regards to my food. Yeah. Yep.
Shit.
And no fault of theirs. A couple of people who you'll know, but I don't really want to go into names.
Yep.
But a couple of people just. I didn't really know why I listened to them at the time, but I did. In hindsight, I shouldn't have done it. But yeah, I just looked a little bit softer. I just basically overspilled, mate.
Oh, really?
I overspilled. Didn't consume enough water for the amount of carbohydrate I was having, and my sodium was too low, which meant I was just holding water in between the skin. Which makes you look just pretty much soft on stage, especially underneath the lights.
For sure.
So that was a little bit annoying, but. I kind of that was funny actually, because after that I said I was going to just leave prep. I said I was going to just stop, but then I was like, fuck this. I can't leave my competitive season on that look.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Was shit.
Yep.
Yeah. So from there I went into, and I did another 4 weeks of dieting. I went into the UK DFBA Southern, and I was I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty fucking shredded for that show. I was really shredded. I think I was the leanest I could potentially ever get for my amount of muscularity at the time.
So in that 4 weeks, what did you do to dial it in?
What did I do? Good question. I took out all cardio. I did no cardio, which was interesting. Wow. And I actually increased my food. I increased my food because because my body was so stressed, mate. I got up to a point where I was doing 30k steps a day, and I was doing cardio every morning on the Stairmaster.
Wow.
And my body was just beat the hell up. It got to a point where I was just, my body was not responding, and I had to change something because the stress was just so high. It was just insane. So then I went in, like I said, I just went back on my normal calories. Nice. My body responded. Yeah, it responded, and I just got really super duper lean. I came in at 146.4 pounds. I was fucking
peeled.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
Yeah, I was 75, 7 and a bit, I think.
Okay, so we're the same. Yeah. Oh, you would have been diced then.
I was pretty fucking shredded, yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
I find for our frame, we're probably similarly built from the sounds of it. Once you get under 150, that's when it starts to get scary.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I got to a point, like I said, during that 4 weeks of coming down, I did not feel good at all. Like to the point in which I can't describe to you, mate, how bad I was actually feeling in these moments.
Even with your
really
food intake up.
Oh yeah, because my body fat was just at its all-time low. So food at that point was doing nothing for me.
Yeah,
it didn't make me feel better. I remember going into sessions and I remember training with one of my mates at the time, and I remember like the day before I went into like a pump up session. I was like, I just couldn't really do anything. I was just sitting there, and I was like feeling really not good. To the point, and I was really not good in this moment. But obviously we got on stage, and I was really, really happy with the look. I was up against, mate. I was like, the guy who won was incredible. He won the British last year. I think he was like 36 years old. He was fucking shredded. And the guy who came second again was, I know exactly what his name is. I think his name's Mula. He's like an older guy. Okay. 33. Again, just density and muscle maturity, which I just simply don't have and didn't have at that moment.
Yeah, years under the iron.
Absolutely, man. And you know what happens when you're denser, more muscular. You can only, like I said earlier as well, like you can only get as lean as your muscularity allows.
Yep.
Like, it's all well and good continuing to diet, but all you're going to do is drag off tissue. Like, there's people with density that they can push because they can afford to lose some tissue because they've got more than I have, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like they can sacrifice the 1 or 2 pounds of muscle loss for that extra 5 pounds of fat loss, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And for someone like me, I mean, I did definitely sacrifice some muscle and some fullness, but I was very lean, but I just couldn't.
Yeah.
My body at this point, I was very shredded, but I couldn't really do much else with it. If that makes sense, I kind of like maxed out everything.
No, for sure.
That makes sense. Yeah. So that was good though, man. It was a good way to end the season. But I'm just really excited to bring it back in 2020, mate, and just like wipe the floor with that 2018 physique. Really excited for that.
So in 2020, do you anticipate lightweights again?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Because like I said, my lightest weight was 146.6, and that was very shredded with the amount of muscularity I had. So I can already tell you now for a fact that I've gained quite a bit of muscle since then. Oh yeah, you're
looking good right now, eh? Like you're nice and full, but you still have that like hardness to you, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Like that's really true, man. Like I'm still like I'm not at that point yet where you think, holy shit, he's a bit fat, you know? Like,
There's still that glimmer of abs.
Yeah, it really is, mate. Like my conditioning's for where I'm at is absolutely fine, and to the normal eye as well.
Yeah.
My conditioning right now would be shredded. Someone would be like, "Oh shit, you're shredded."
But
when to us bodybuilders, you know what we think and what we feel. We don't think anything shredded, do we? Until even I didn't think I was shredded when I was 146 pounds. So
it's such a mind fuck.
Yeah, it is, man. It really is. But I'm really happy with how I'm looking for sure.
What's your weight at right now?
Because my weight right now this morning was 169.8 pounds.
Well, so you're still under 170, eh?
Yeah, like it's funny because my physique when I came out of prep, I don't know if you can relate to this. You may be able to, but when I came out, the way my body distributed body fat was just. I've never been. It was just so fucking ugly. I can't explain to you how bad it was at the time.
You're like, who's the fat kid?
Basically, man. Oh my god! Like I tell you what, I gained 5 pounds, and I swear down, mate, my physique looked like I gained 30 pounds of fat.
That's crazy,
just after the 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my midsection, I literally had no abs, and now my abs are way better than I was when I was 5 pounds above stage weight.
Yeah, so your body's acclimated to everything, and now it's like, all right, let's hang here for a bit, let's make some progress.
Yeah, man, absolutely, for sure, and it just goes to show. Post prep, like after a prep, you're in. Just any guys watching this who are competing next year, just be aware that you're really in for a shit period. Like, I don't care how optimal your post show rebound or your reverse diet, you are in for a shit period. You can't get away from it either.
No, that's the way it is, especially after a long period of time, right? Like if you're July down to whatever it was, like that's a long period of time for your body to like basically feel like shit.
Absolutely, yeah.
How do you feel about people that think that post show is like optimal to build muscle?
Oh, it's the worst period to build muscle.
Exactly.
There's no chance.
No.
Yeah, absolutely, man. There's no way your body's going to build muscle in a post show period. Your body is so stressed that all it's going to do is just want to rest, really. And again, from learning from this year, I went straight back into the gym, didn't I? And I was thinking I was big man and tried lifting heavy weights.
Yep.
But in reality, that was the stupidest thing I ever did. I actually got injured in that period with my shoulder.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to build muscle post-show. I think you're not going to build muscle for at least 12 weeks, actually, if I'm being honest.
How long did it take you to feel, relatively normal again?
Good question. I would say a good 3 months until I didn't think about food 24/7.
Yeah.
At least, I think the draggy feet, like the really hollow leg feels.
Yeah.
That kind of went after about, again, like 8 to 10 weeks, I would say.
For sure.
Other things like which people don't talk about as well. Things like sex drive and your ability to actually build up testosterone in the gym. That kind of absolutely went to shit while I was dieting. It was really bad, man.
That's crazy, it's amazing what happens. Like I remember, like when I first took prep, like my first show I coached myself, and then I got a coach for my second show, and like I remember talking to him after like the last few weeks, and I'm like, because I was in a relationship, and I'm like, dude, am I all right? And he's like, yeah, this is all normal. I'm like, okay, because I'm in like a lot of trouble right now with the missus.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, absolutely. It's not good.
It's not. And she's like, no. Is it me? I'm like, no, just chill, but leave me alone.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, luckily for me, towards the latter end of, luckily for me, that sounds really selfish. But luckily, I don't mean that. Yeah, that sounds really selfish. But I'm just like, towards the end of prep, I was single, so I didn't have to worry about that.
Yep.
But you change, mate. Like, yeah, I mean, your ability, you have sex drive. Like, there's no chance.
Did you see Chris Elkin's post when he got his test checked?
Yeah, I did see that. It was scary, though. Jesus,
that's wild, eh?
I know, man. It just goes to show how unhealthy getting to that kind of level of body fat is really for you. It's not. It's no joke, man. If you actually get lean, it really is no joke. Yeah,
for those that didn't see that, go check out Chris Elkins on Instagram. He competed, I think it was at WNBF Worlds a couple weeks ago, and he got his test checked. I think it was like right after, or like the week before, and his test levels came back 49, I think, and normal is like 600.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's insane. So talk to me about your off season now. So you're in the thick of it. What is your approach? What is your training like? What is your diet like, and all that good stuff?
Yeah. So currently, my training, I'm running a 6-day split. So I do pull on a Monday, which was today. I do legs on a Tuesday. Wednesday's push, and then I just repeat that again. So then I go pull for Thursday. Friday would be another leg session, and then Saturday I'd be in for push, and I'd always rest Sunday. I really enjoy kind of training 6 days, and I can recover from it. So that's what I've been running so far in this off season, and I've made great progress. In regards to my nutrition, it's pretty basic, really, mate. Like very high carbohydrate. Like I'm a big high carb guy. Lower fat. I feel better on that.
Sure.
My carbs have got up to about 800 grams on training days, which is pretty high, man.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice until you realize you're not actually hungry there anymore.
Yeah, that's true. You get full.
Yeah.
So
of course you are, mate. Like, yeah.
What are your main carb sources to make up that 800 grams?
I eat a lot of oats. You've probably seen from Instagram. I eat a lot of oats.
Man loves his oats.
I eat a lot of crumpets. I'm big on crumpets because they're so easy to eat. Oats, crumpets. I like white rice. I really try to just eat quite well now. I've been that guy in the past where I just eat Haribo and stuff. And to be honest with you, calories, and it's calories in versus calories out. But I don't give a fuck what you say. Your digestion's not going to be as good if you eat sweets all day.
Yep.
And you're going to be chronically inflamed. And again, it's fact, you are going to be inflamed by just eating. I used to eat things like pink and white marshmallows post workout. Like, what the fuck's that? Bullshit.
No Pop-Tarts?
Stupid. I don't want to eat that, mate. I won't even digest it properly. I don't see I genuinely, mate, like, obviously I do know that the whole, the calories in, calories out, it is fundamental, and that's what it is for body composition and changing, increasing muscle mass or losing body fat. I'm not stupid, I know that, but digestion is important. It is.
Yeah, and like when you get thinking about that stuff, like people ignore like nutrient absorption and all that good stuff, right? Like if your digestion tract is shit, and then you're like, why aren't I improving? It's like, well, all the good stuff you're putting in isn't getting absorbed, so it's not going to be like used properly. And then everybody's like, oh, that makes sense. You're like, yeah, so put your cookies down and go have some oatmeal.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, 100% agree. And I really do think as well that your physique does look less almost stressed. Like if you eat better quality foods. Yeah. I find that when I was eating shit, I just look shit. If I have a shit meal, I look shit.
Yeah, like I find almost like I can see my face get swollen if I have like a bowl of like, say I go out like for ice cream and it's like an hour later my face is like soft and I'm like, what the heck? Did I get stung by bees?
Yeah, man. Like, it's so funny you say that because like yesterday I went out you may have seen my Instagram. I went out for all you can eat sushi with a couple of friends because why not? It was fun. And I ate a lot of food, like a lot of sushi. We're talking a lot. I was eating about 2 hours and I just woke up this morning and my face looked just really puffy. But which is and it's obvious why, because the quality obviously wasn't as good and lots of sodium, all that kind of jazz. Didn't drink enough water. Yep. But I do really think that shit quality foods will make you just look puffy and kind of watery and bloated more than you should do for sure.
So what do you do? Do you do any cheat meals, like planned cheats or anything like that?
I really don't like the word cheat meal, first off, mate. Yep. I think that really does not encourage people to have a good relationship with food.
For sure.
Like, I've been there and done it. And, if you're dieting, you're spending the whole week thinking about a cheat meal. Yep. I'm not being funny, but that's not healthy for you. Number one. Number two, if you're having cheat meals in a dieting phase, you're going to fuck up your whole week of actually working hard and losing body fat. Right. 100%. If you overeat in that cheat meal, you're gonna fuck the whole week. And I just think, if I'm gonna go out for food, like I went out yesterday, I just call it a meal out with friends. Like I went out the other day with my mum. I took her out for some food, and I think it wasn't a cheap meal, mate. I just said on Instagram, I'm going out with my mum for a meal, and that was it. Yeah, just food. The whole cheat idea, mate. In my opinion, it just makes you think. So I can only eat these foods on this specific day. Other days, they need to be locked up in a cupboard. Yeah, I don't like that.
No, that's smart. That makes sense. One of my buddies, he was over posing last night, and his coach has him. He has a 2-hour window on like a Saturday where he can eat whatever he wants, and he'll pound back like 5,000 calories. I'm like, dude, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I've got 2 hours to eat whatever I want. I'm like, why 2 hours? He's like, I don't really know. I'm like, why 5,000 calories? He's like, 'cause I can. I'm like, I don't know if that's the best plan, my friend.
Mate, is the coach, is that Jamie, the new IFBB Pro?
No, it's another guy.
It's not him. Oh, I heard he has a very similar protocol. That's just, I just don't, no. Like, what is that? So you're pretty much eating for the sake of it, right? Just for the sake of eating.
Well, exactly. Like he's got that 2-hour time frame with no restrictions, and like, wow. He said he'll go to a breakfast buffet and he'll have like, he'll have his eggs and his oatmeal, but then he'll pound back like 10 strips of bacon, a couple pancakes, some sausages. Then he'll go out to like, then he'll go train, and then he'll go out and have donuts and stuff after and whatever. And like, I'm like, that's not good. He's like, I'm like, how do you feel after? And he's like shit. I'm like, so why do you do it? I don't know.
Yeah, man. That's the dumbest thing ever, in my opinion. I mean, that's not going to create a good relationship with food, is it? Come on.
No, like, and like you said, you're looking forward to that. So for him, he's looking forward to that 2-hour window a week where he can just let it all out and then feel like shit, and then wake up Sunday feeling like shit. And it's like, man, not a good plan.
Yeah. You spend the whole week dieting to lose that weight again. That's good. Good plan.
So are you doing any cardio in the off season?
I am, mate. Yeah, I actually am. I'm a big fan of keeping cardio in. I like to do Anywhere from 2 to 3 sessions on the Stairmaster in the morning. I did a session this morning. Like I'll do usually like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, try and keep it away from leg. Yeah, I just think it's I just enjoy it, mate. And that's actually cardio on the Stairmaster. Like I'll actually do that to get my heart rate up. But I do accumulate, I do like to go for walks and stuff again, just because I enjoy it. Yep. I don't like just being sedentary and just not moving. I don't enjoy that.
Yeah, it's funny how your mindset kind of shifts as you get in the off season. It's like, how can I be the most productive? And sometimes cardio is that way of doing it.
Definitely, mate. Like, I've been that guy as well before, where I just do no cardio, and then I get to I start squatting and I can't do more than 6 reps without gassing out. Yeah, that's not what we want, is it? Like now I'm doing sets of 15 to 20, and I'm good. I can go, and I'm not absolutely blowing out my ass. I have to stop. Yeah, that's an underrated thing people don't think about, right? Is like when you think weights, you think like how much can my muscles take it, but when you, like you just said, when you're going in that higher rep range, especially on bigger movements, like if you start going like 10 plus reps on a squat or deadlift, like your cardiovascular system is getting taxed, and if it's shit, then you need to work on that. Yeah, I mean your cardiovascular system is going to let you down before the muscles that you're training, right? Which is not what we want. Yeah, for sure. So talk to me about what the differences is between like off-season training and diet versus contest. Is there much change for you? The mindset towards a session is exactly the same. So obviously what built the muscle is gonna keep the muscle somewhat in a deficit. The only thing that I will make sure that I'm on top of now, this is again, I've learned from my mistakes this year with prepping, and I'll apply to next year with clients. Like I've done the whole stupid adding more volume when I'm dieting, and that's a one-way ticket. If you want to add volume while you're dieting and your recovery capabilities are not there for the volume, it's a one-way ticket to just see muscle drop off you very fast. So more isn't always better. No, especially when you're dieting and you haven't got the, like I said, the recovery capability to do so. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. But in an off-season phase, like where I'm at now, like I will, for example, this week I've actually I've actually added a set onto every exercise for every session. So I've actually, like, for example, today is usually a back session. Well, it was a back session. It's usually 8 sets. So today it was 12 sets. Nice. Because I can recover from that. My calories are high. I'm in a position where I'm growing really nicely. I'm progressing my lifts. Yep. But the only difference is pretty much just being very, very vigilant with my recovery in the gym and just making sure I'm not battering my CNS and doing too much volume when I'm dieting. So when you say you get to that point, like obviously you're pretty in tune with your body, but for yourself, do you get to that point and you say, okay, deload, or do you cut back volume again? Like what's your protocol for something like that? I'll usually push up until I need to back off, and then I'll back off for a week, and then I'll go again. I don't plan deloads in because what's the point in planning a deload in? Say, for example, you have a really efficient 5 to 6 weeks of training, and you think, "Fuck, I feel great. I've got a deload plan. I've got a deload plan next week." Yeah, then you're like dreading the deload. But then you're going to lose momentum, right? Exactly. So why would you do that? Yeah, like I remember like before I started prep this time, I had like a solid 9 months, and it was a really productive 9 months. And I think I went like probably 12 weeks straight of just feeling good. Calories were high, training was on point. And then after the 12 weeks, I was like, things just start to feel a little bit. So I was like, okay, I'll take a week off. But you're right. Like some programs, for example, like I followed this one powerlifting program like a year or two ago, and it was like every 6th week you deload. And like you mentioned earlier, I felt good. And then it was like, now I got to chill. And then it was like, and then workouts were like boring. I was like, well, I guess it's Monday. I'll go to the gym because I have to deload, but I want to push, but you can't because it's not part of the program, and you're pissed. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a fine art to be able to tell when you need to deload. Yeah. I mean, there are signs. You want to make sure you don't get to a point at which you actually push it too far and you get injured, and then you're like, fuck, I should have deloaded. Like you should be able to tell how things feel. Like I can usually gauge it by just my training and how I feel in the gym. Like if I'm not progressing my lifts and I'm not getting stronger, and sessions are just declining over the week, then I think to myself, okay. Then I look back at the amount of weeks I've been training hard, and I think maybe I need to back off, and then I'll just back off. But again, this is something that obviously coaches are there for with their clients, and obviously myself, I just auto-regulate that and just monitor it. Yeah, as you get that
training career, the years go on, you become in tune with your body, right? Like, for me, it's like knowing that fine line between like muscle soreness and muscles are beat up, for lack of a better term.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like I know, like after a good leg day, it's like, okay, like legs are fried, but then there's like, okay, knees are kind of achy, lower back's a little sore. That's probably time to maybe dial it back. But again, like you said, it's that auto regulation of, okay, push to here, maybe push a little further, and then we dial it back a bit.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I know there's a lot of people who do plan them in, and I'm sure that works as well. But I have had clients who've come to me from other coaches, and they've said that that they've had momentum going, and then their coach has been like, we need to deload, and then they haven't really enjoyed that approach. But I think this is just all obviously it will work if you back off.
Yep.
But it depends when you back off. It just depends, to be honest, mate, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. What are your thoughts on overtraining? That's a nice buzzword that the fitness industry likes to use and abuse. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah. I think that you definitely can overtrain for sure.
Yep.
But what I would say is, if you're managing every single variable outside of the gym, and you're eating enough, I would say it's pretty unlikely you are going to overtrain unless you're doing, stupid sessions every session where you're doing like 30 sets.
Yeah.
I think if you're managing your stress, your sleep, your hydration, your nutrition, your time management, just generally everything throughout the day,
yep,
I think you're good. I think you're going to be good. But obviously we all have sessions where we just go a little bit crazy. Like sometimes you'll do like a triple drop set on something. But if you do that every session, you're going to just be burnt out, fried, and you're going to have to back off. And again, it's just months and weeks potentially wasted gaining.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of pushes you more towards that injury side of things. So that week of a deload, or that week of, pushing yourself to overtraining, then to injury. Now you got 4 weeks that your workouts are subpar, and it's like, okay, was that session really worth it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. 100%.
I just had a question right on top of my head. Oh, there it was. Recovery. Talk to me about, what modalities you use for recovery. This is something that, speaking for myself, this last year and into this prep, recovery has become huge. And I think it's, accredited some of you UK guys that have shown me certain things with, sleep and relaxing and stuff, because I was never one to do that stuff. And you guys, a lot of you guys over there take bodybuilding extremely seriously, and over here in Canada, especially naturally, it's not popular. So I'd like to thank you guys and Instagram for helping my career. But what about you? Like how serious do you take sleeping and massage and napping and whatever?
Yeah.
Like talk to me about that.
Very, very seriously, mate.
And you have to, right? You have to.
I'm the kind of guy that wants to maximize everything. I don't, I'm so obsessed with this stuff. I want to be the WNBF bodybuilder. I want to be a pro lightweight WNBF bodybuilder. That's my goal. I want to maximize everything. So I don't party. I don't do all of that stuff. I get to bed. I make sure I sleep well every night. I'll always get 8 hours.
So when you sleep well, what are you doing to help with that? Like obviously going to bed at a good time, getting that 8 hours. Do you do any what do people do? Like incense or like the anything you got smelling or temperature, anything like that?
Yeah, the only thing I do at the moment and I take is a sleep formula by Endeavour, who actually sponsor me. It's called Big Dream, which is awesome. I've been using that pre-bed. But other than that, mate, what I found really works with me is just putting my phone down.
That's key, eh?
Oh man, it's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing for me to do, to be honest with you, with just the lifestyle that I live. It's the whole social media thing. But putting the phone down and just putting the TV on and just not looking at Instagram stories. That for me is all. That's all I need to do, man. Literally all I need to do, and I'm good. Like I've never really struggled with sleep.
That's awesome.
Outside of that, I don't really do massages. I did when I was prepping. But I don't do massages. I don't do any foam rolling, any stretching really. Maybe I should, but again, my recovery is great, and I just manage everything outside of the gym. Like I said, I try to keep stress low, obviously the best I can with what happens in life. Sometimes things happen and you can't. that's life for you.
No,
I
exactly.
try to make sure that I'm eating well, adequate protein sources and feedings throughout the day. I just try to make sure that I'm just on top of everything, and I'm pretty good for recovery. But my main thing is just if you're struggling with sleep, go and buy a big dream, and also get into a routine. Get into a routine. So think about what you're doing before bed.
Exactly.
Turn off your phone. Turn down the brightness on your phone.
Yep.
I know some people love the blue light blocker glasses. I've never bought them. I just don't feel like I don't need it.
Yeah, if you don't need it, right?
Yeah, I don't need it. But the only thing I have used in the past for sleep, which did help, but it does knock me out, is melatonin. I use that when I was prepping. When my sleep got shit.
I find recovery is definitely better in the off season. Like for me, for example, after most, I'd say like 2 out of 3 workouts, usually the 2 leg ones, like at the gym I go to for leg days, we have like hydro massage there. So I'll go sit in that for like 10 minutes. But I think in the off season, because you have that surplus of calories and stuff, like you're obviously recovering a lot better. And during prep is kind of when I gotta keep an eye on it a little bit more. But no, that's cool. Yeah, definitely recovery is an underused tool, right? Everybody's like train and eat, and it's like, okay, well, there's a few other aspects you can improve on.
Absolutely, mate. It just depends how good you want to be, right? Depends how much you want to grow.
Yeah, and like you said, if similar to myself, if your goal is to become a natural pro one day, then if you can improve other things, then why not?
Yeah, for sure, man. Is that your goal as well?
Yeah, like over here there wasn't like the natural stream isn't as popular like it is over there. Like we're like it's kind of like IFBB pro or bust. Which for me, so I won the Canadian Nationals, which I don't know what that would be comparative to you guys, but maybe like the British finals might be comparable.
Yeah.
And I ended up winning that, so that won me nationals, but that sent me to the IFBB Worlds, which was over in Spain, but I was in the lightweight class, and I'm pretty sure I was the only natural in the whole competition.
Yeah, brilliant.
So in 300 athletes, there was me. But I mean, I knew that going over. It was more like an experience, once in a lifetime experience. But for me now, it's like, it's okay. How do I get to WNBF? How do I do that?
Why don't you come to the UK and just do a British qualifier?
I've honestly thought about it. Not gonna lie. I think looking at 2019? Yeah, probably not 2020, but something like that I think would be sweet because meet up with all you guys, which would be dope.
Yeah.
And then obviously compete with other natural athletes,
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Fly over, do a qualifier, win the qualifier, then fly over again for the British final and then try and win that. Why not?
Exactly, why not?
Yeah,
because like the biggest frustration for me is like going to shows and like when I went to like that IFBB, right? Like looking around, it's like, okay, there is no point in me even going on stage except for the fact to say that I did it because I'm going to get crushed.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Like all the guys we're 5'7". Like I think the tallest guy next to me was like 5'2".
Okay, wow.
And like the weight cap I think was 154. Like these guys were like had to have been 153.9.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they were it was just ridiculous. And like I had there was 4 of us from Canada that went over, and the one guy that was in the super heavies, he was I think he was just over 220, which put him in the super heavies. And the guy that won was like, well, that Blessing guy that's pretty popular on Instagram.
Yeah.
He was in his class, and he was like 270 on stage.
Wow, Jesus, it's heavy.
Oh, it was insane. And like when you go over there and you look at it, it's just ridiculous. But no, like I think that would be pretty cool to come over and step on stage over there.
Do it, mate. Absolutely do it.
It'd be sweet. Okay, I got a few questions to fire at you.
Sweet.
Even though we're a day ahead with this, but we got a few sent in. So number one, how do we both deal with food focus? So I assume probably post show.
Yeah. So good question. Very good question. So I think the best way to deal with food focus is to eat. Obviously, we're talking about post show. Eat the same foods post show that you're eating when you're dieting, but just more of them. Try to stay away from the bakery. and the cookies, because as soon as you have one of them, you're gonna nail the entire lot. So I think just try to keep the same foods you're eating during a dieting phase.
Yep.
And just keep that kind of strict and have more of that. But food focus is going to be high, really, and I think how to deal with it is a little bit. It comes across to just man the fuck up and just deal with it.
Yep.
You're gonna be food focused.
Yeah. There's no way around it.
No way.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I didn't have a good post-show experience last time. I won't dive into it, but it was ugly. But for me, I think what I'm going to do this time is, because I have more shows lined up, is like maybe the night after the show, like if I want something, like in moderation, have something with the family, with the teammates and all that stuff. But then you're right. It's kind of like, I think it gets to a point where you just nut up and keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I do agree.
And I think like as the weeks go on, like, throw things in as you want them, but don't if you want pizza, don't go eat a whole pizza. Like, have a slice or two and get on with your day. Like, it's it's kind of like we said with my buddy there at the beginning that has that 2-hour window. It's like, don't eat for the sake of eating. There's no point.
No, I agree, 100%, mate. I agree completely.
All right, next question: what was harder, post show or prep? I think as far as maybe food, we'll talk about food. Like, what's harder? Is the 12-week prep or the 12 weeks post-show?
The whole post-show period was the hardest. The prep was fucking easy if you compare it. Because obviously during prep you have a goal of getting on stage in Speedos.
Yeah.
So you don't
I want to be 98% naked in front of a lot of people.
you don't want to have fat glutes on stage.
No.
Because it's not going to look good. So post-show is really difficult it was difficult for me. It was hard, really hard. It was the hardest phase I've ever been in in my entire bodybuilding career. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't fun. I'm really glad I'm out of that now, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, prep was an absolute breeze, to be honest, compared to post show.
Yeah, definitely prep when you have that end date, and like you said, you have that physique goal of, you're like, okay, I need to do everything that I can to get in this shape, and then it's like post show when you're coming out of it, and you're like, all right, part of you wants to just be like, okay, I'm done, but you're not. Yeah. You're not done.
You're not. Yeah, you're not. You're in for some fun post show.
Yeah, and if you want to come out of it intelligently, it takes, I think it might take more willpower than dieting itself, because you can such as easily just be like, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna eat whatever I want and do my thing, and then you feel like crap and it messes with your head. Like, it's post show is for sure harder.
Yeah, agreed, man. Agreed.
Another question: if you could do one exercise only for each muscle group, what would it be?
Good question. For legs, it's going to be a back squat.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah. For chest, it's going to be probably an incline Smith press.
Yeah, you've been hammering that Smith lately, and I have to agree with you. People like rag on the Smith, but when you want to talk about like muscle focus and isolation, like you can do a lot of good work on a Smith machine.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, how many times have you done a bench press and you come off the bench press and your chest is not even pumped?
Yeah, you're like, damn, my front delts hurt.
Yeah, front delts hurt, my elbows hurt. Yeah. If you do a Smith machine, a chest press, and actually, put tension on your chest, it's a game changer.
Exactly.
For shoulders, good question. Either a dumbbell, a high incline dumbbell press, or a machine like a lateral raise machine. I like that.
Yep.
So what have we got next? Back deadlifts, if that counts.
We'll take it.
Yeah. Biceps, probably a hammer curl.
Okay.
Triceps. I love a close grip press up. I really like them.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, they're good, man. Yeah, I like them.
I love how he doesn't give us one for calves.
Oh, calves, some shit. I don't like training calves.
Who does?
I hate training
Let's be honest. Who
does?
does? Who likes moving their ankle?
Calf raise. Just a standing calf raise. But at the end of the day, my calves don't grow, so I still train them, but they never change.
Yeah,
so I just accept that they're going to be shit now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Favorite protein source, just in general. Let's not split it up between prep and off season, but just favorite protein source.
Probably salmon. I love salmon.
Oh, okay. Favorite carb? Oats.
Yeah, oats. Probably oats. Yeah, I would say.
Nice. All right, man. Just a couple of quick ones to finish. Just kind of general ones that I have. What is your favorite? Not cheat meal. Going out with friends. What are you eyeing up when you go out with friends?
Yeah, so I would say like either sushi or a good pizza, like a decent pizza.
Nice. What's on your pizza, real quick?
I love a pepperoni pizza, man.
Just good old fashioned.
Probably the one. Yeah, I love it. With some jalapeno peppers would be superb.
Nice. Cardio of choice?
Stairmaster.
Stairmaster, just because it's actually cardio and not walking?
Yeah, because you actually have to sweat and actually do some work. That's why.
How much does it drive you nuts when people are on incline treadmill holding the handles?
I want to pull my fucking hair out every time I fucking see it.
I got in an argument with somebody about this at the gym the other day, and I'm like, you're not on an incline because when you hold on, you now match the incline so you're on a flat surface. They're like, no. I'm like, dude. Like, I genuinely got upset.
Yeah, mate, it's bullshit. I see it all the fucking time. I said someone to someone, I was like, she was like holding on for fucking dear life.
And they cranked the speed up. I'm like, there's no way you could walk like that if you didn't hold on for dear life.
No, it just drives me nuts, mate. Every day, I see it every day.
With that being said, biggest pet peeve in the gym?
Good question. Oh, so many. Probably the biggest thing that fucks me off royally is when people look at you when people look at you for training hard.
Yeah, they're like, hey, keep it down. You're like, hey, stay skinny.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is my fucking pet hate. When you're actually working hard and you look around
and they're just glaring at you.
No one's doing anything in there, and they look at you like you're doing something wrong, but in reality you're just training, and they don't know what training is. So they look at you like you're fucking doing the weirdest thing in the world. That's my biggest pet hate. Yeah,
I agree.
I hate that so much. I could talk about that for about 5 hours.
We'll have to do a makeup one and just rant.
So fucking it makes me angry thinking about it.
Now, another one. Do you train alone or do you have partners? And if so, what do you prefer?
I have a training partner at the moment, which I'm enjoying. Actually, he's my client as well. I'm prepping him next year for competition. I like having a partner. It pushes me, and I definitely do feel a bit more kind of up for it and up for really working hard when I'm with someone for sure. I like training on my own, but I don't really do it that now very often. I have a training partner, and I do enjoy it, to be fair.
Nice. All right, man. Yeah. Last one. What are your one or two pieces of advice for someone coming up in the bodybuilding world? Maybe they're getting ready to compete. Maybe they're thinking about competing. What do you got for them?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you're thinking about competing, I would say make sure that give yourself enough time and make sure you've had enough time weight training before you embark on a prep.
Yep.
Another bit of advice I'd give is the only thing that's always going to win is just being consistent every day of your life, no matter what you're doing. So if you're trying to improve your physique, you're trying to improve your business, the only thing that will work is just consistency. Consistency and investing in your knowledge over a period of time, that will trump anything every day.
Nice. That's solid. That was a good way to finish this.
Yeah. On a bang, that was.
That was solid. All right, man. Plug your Instagram. I'll have it up on screen, but tell people where they can find you. Tell them about your coaching real quick, and we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, so my Instagram is Jack_Piad. You'll be able to find me on there. So if you just search Jack, I think I come up. I don't really use Facebook that much, but if you want to add me, obviously it's the same as my Instagram. I'm trying to get back into making some YouTubes, which is again the same name as my Instagram. So I am trying to make a few videos on that. I do need to be more consistent with that. But yeah, I mean, for coaching, I'm just making a video in this as well. Like, if you're looking for a coach, but you want to start 5 months later, or you're not willing to invest in yourself, then don't contact me. Don't contact me.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, contact me if you really want to invest in yourself and you really want to improve every aspect of your physique and your training and your mindset. Then I'm more than happy to have a chat with you.
That's awesome.
If you're really willing to just enjoy the process and work hard. I'd do anything for anyone if they're willing to work really hard.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, dude. Well, thank you. I know the viewers got a little bit we got a little glitchy at the beginning, but we made it work. So I'd like to thank everybody for hanging out with us for an afternoon. Jack, I'd like to thank you for doing this, and I look forward to doing this again.
Yeah, man, it was fun. Pleasure. It was all good. Fun. Enjoyed it.
All right, man. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, and we will talk soon.
Yes, Steve, and you.
Have a good one, bud.
Cheers, bud.
Bye.